Who's the biggest trash talker besides yourself? Because I know I've never met anybody who hasn't put you in that top category, but if there's somebody that's like on par with you, who would it be?
Probably say Tyler Adams or Chris Richards. Tyler's a little bit more direct and straight and a little bit more serious, can joke around a bit. Tanner, if he's like an onion, you pull him back layer by layer and get his personality. I'm just like, hey, here you go. Take what you want.
What is going on, everybody? It's Heath, and welcome back to a new episode of Supporter Section. We are just around the corner from the World Cup. The vibes, the buzz, everything is about to hit us right in the face, whether we're ready for it or not. We went deep in episode 1. We appreciate all of you guys tuning in. And now episode 2, we're going to go even deeper. We're going to talk about roster discussions, biggest snubs, and we had a chance to talk with Weston McKennie. So I'll start with you, Adi, soccer content creator.
Yes.
Right? Funny guy.
This is true. Well,
comedy.
Funny guy.
Depends
funny
on
guy.
who you are.
I think you're funny.
Okay.
Okay. That works for me. And then
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
you didn't think you're funny?
I don't know.
Just a little bit. It's getting there.
I'm working on it.
I'm
getting
kidding.
there.
I'm kidding, Adi.
She tried to tell a joke. She said, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
And then we have Duda, former professional footballer and sports presenter. It's so great to have you both again on the show. It's going to be amazing, this episode. Let's get into some of this. We're going to talk about the USA.
We're
about
so.
He doesn't need an introduction in a way.
Oh, yeah. I'm Heath Pearce, former USMNT national team player. I appreciate you guys doing that. You kind of breezed past that.
Of
My
course.
kids aren't impressed with me, so why would it, I'm not used to having to say my name other than, kids yelling down.
Our captain, Adi. Our captain.
Our captain, our
Heath
copy.
Pearce. Thank
Okay,
you.
now let's just keep it going. Do it that way. Let's talk about the U.S. Roster. So obviously, I had a very interesting experience back in 2010 was my primary cycle. I missed out in 2006. I was new in the national team. But 2010, I came into the national team and fell short of it. The difference was that we were all in camp in person, right? And so we were told, like, keep your phone on you till 12:30, and 12:30 passed. I was like, oh, I must be in.
In camp?
In camp. We were in camp, yeah. And then,
How you guys found out.
Yeah, and this is how we found out. So then we got called into a room, and then they let us know in person. Whereas this one, from what I know, for those that didn't make it, it's an email.
Digital world,
Wild.
huh?
I hope this finds you well. How do you tee that up? I mean, Adi, I want you to get into the roster for us, and we can discuss it a little bit. But that as a start, I don't think there's any good way to deliver bad news. But getting it in person to me was like at least a little bit of a touch and feel that made somebody have to look me in the eyes and have the courage to tell me that, like, my personal dream that I was going after wasn't gonna happen.
I'm gonna say, you said there is no good way of like learning the news. Obviously, that you didn't make the roster, but there's definitely a better way of doing it instead of an email. At least a phone call or a FaceTime or something.
But what if
like
I call you don't answer?
Oh, I will answer. I'm sure they play, of course. Like when
These
when
guys
they see the
have
head
4
coach.
phone numbers.
Well,
like,
call
well, that's
again.
one thing.
Call
It's like,
again,
okay, well,
you
at
know?
least there's proof of, like,
At least
there's
you
like
try to call.
Pochettino in red, like missed call
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
And we were talking about it before the podcast started. Thomas Tuchel, the head coach for the England national team, what did he do?
Yeah.
He called, right? Every single player.
He called everyone.
Took off that hip clip.
Yeah.
Flip phone.
Paged them. It was like, yo, answer your phone.
But anyway.
Yeah, like there's no nice way to receive that news, but there is like a respectful way, I guess, where you're
For
like,
sure.
all right, I was let down with him looking in my eyes.
To be fair, though, I think there's one thing that I would add is that the person that told me was Jesse Marsh. So Jesse's coaching the Canadian national team. He delivered that information to me, and I was like, you're not the coach. Why are you telling? And he was new in the national team. So I say that in the sense that, like, I respect Jesse for doing that because it takes a lot of courage to do that. But I don't think that even if you said, okay, Bob Bradley calls me and calls me into the room and spends the time that I want, I still don't think you find closure in that moment, right? Because like it's a long window of time to get into that. But it's better than an email, I'll tell you that.
For sure.
You wouldn't have preferred Bob Bradley to do it?
No,
Or
I
that
would have
wouldn't-
preferred.
Yeah.
I'm saying that there. My point is that somebody did deliver it to me in person, but then I was like, why is he delivering?
But it's
it to
not
me?
even the right guy.
Yeah, it's not even the right guy. He
Yeah.
was, Jesse was new in the national team at that point, one of the coaches. He hadn't been through the cycles. And I respect him for that, but I was also like, and then I think about it from Bob's position. He's like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and if I got to let these, I think it was about 7 players go. There was 30 in camp, 23 made it. To have the time and energy to do that when the roster's selected. They're focused on the World Cup. Like, there's not a lot of time to do that.
I don't know.
However, still better than an email.
For sure, for sure. And I just want to add, like, I respect all the coaches, especially now, like during their call-ups, that they took the time, five minutes or whatever it is, to give a call to the players who did not call, right?
Yeah.
Who did not get the called up. One thing is obviously it's great to, announce the players that made it, but the hardest part about their job is to tell the players who did not make it as well. But yeah.
I'm glad it didn't have to be me because I'm a people pleaser. All right.
Everybody made it.
Yeah, we're all. Okay, I'm going to read off the roster. So we have, for goalkeepers, we have Chris Brady, Matt Turner, Matt Freeze. Then for defenders, we have 10 defenders. Max Arfson, Serginho Dest, Alex Freeman, Mark McKenzie, Tim Ream, Chris Richards, Anthony Robinson, Miles Robinson, Joe Scally, Austin Trusty. Midfielders, we have Tyler Adams, Sebastian Berhalter, Weston McKennie, Christian Roldan, Brendan Aronson, Christian Pulisic, Gio Reyna, Malik Tillman, Tim Weah, Alejandro Zendejas. And for strikers, we have Folarin Balogun, Ricardo Pepi, and Haji Wright.
What about you?
And I'm on the bench.
Alternate.
I'm an alternate. I'm on call. I'm on call.
Alternate.
Alternate doesn't stipulate how far down the alternates list you are,
Yeah.
You don't have to say that.
It's all about
just
that I'm on it.
You're on the
I'm on it.
alternates
Are
list.
you?
Yeah, alternate,
You are too?
I never officially retired, so I'm an alternate
There's
too.
still a
Yeah,
chance.
there's still a chance. You never know if you're an alternate. Duda, goalkeepers.
Should we kick things off?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about each position in a way. Goalkeepers, like you mentioned, Adi, we have Chris Brady from Chicago Fire, Matt Freeze, and Matt Turner. No surprises here, in my opinion. I guess something that we can definitely mention, it is Chris Brady. That man has not got a call up to the U.S. men's national team yet. And he's, the first time to get a call up is going to be to go to World Cup.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
wild.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
like
it's
the
the opposite of like Neuer, who just does not want to go to a
He's
World
like,
Doesn't
Cup.
Cup anymore. Yeah.
Guess what? We don't accept your retirement, And this is a guy, like, I think it does happen with goalkeepers because you're kind of looking at the next generation. So I don't think that's that big of a shock, do you?
Ochoa,
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like they're in wheelchairs.
11th World Cup, and like he hasn't played professional in like 10
Yeah.
years, but he's still getting called up. I think on the defense though, it's interesting that previously when you had a 23-man roster, you would sort of almost didn't want to in every position in your back line, because if you had versatility, right? If you had a center back that could play left back or a left midfielder that could play left back, why would you bring two left backs, right? It's kind of a waste of a spot. If you can then bring in an attacking player or somebody that you're like, I got that gut feeling, right? We saw Chris Wondolowski, big moment against Belgium and things like that, where it's that guy who's maybe hasn't been in the national team or maybe isn't that star player, but is that one that you're like, on any given moment, I might get that feeling of like, I'm going to give this guy a chance.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of defenders on this roster.
So many.
And so I would assume that means they're going to probably play with a back three. But overall, I think that's just a lot of defenders that got to eat in this.
What do you
in the
mean
front
back
court.
three? You mean like back five or three?
Like a back five.
Central,
Yeah.
okay.
Like three center backs, just
Center back,
because there's so many center backs. But then I think about the versatility of stuff, and I'm like, Freeman, he could be a center back, or like there's a lot of guys that could play in a number of positions that I wonder why they didn't stack players elsewhere within the lineup, like, whether that's wingers, whether that's attacking players, or anybody that you just go
Midfielders,
like on any given day, again, you're like, oh, he's been hot in training.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a go in this game and
Yeah.
see if he can get me one.
Yeah, I mean, to that point, there's only four. Like, we have Tyler Adams, Sebastian Berhalter, Weston McKennie, Christian Roldan. Like, if Adams is injured or something happens, like, we're not that deep there, I don't think. But we have 7 people that can play center back. Like,
Just in case.
yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's a little interesting choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that, I mean, what do you think about that, Heath, as well, of like having that amount of defenders in a way? Does that show for you?
Yeah, I would have been
like
there.
a-
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
No.
10
Does that
defenders.
show-
I'm in.
No.
I'm in. How many defenders does it take for me to be in? Yes, 10. I would be in. Yeah.
But does that like show to you in a way that we can expect the U.S. play during the World Cup?
Yeah.
To me, seeing this, like
Yeah.
seeing the roster right here, it basically our focus is going to be defensively.
Yeah. Well, I think structurally it'll be more often than not like a back three or a back five. And then again, you mentioned being lean. You lose one of those guys in the midfield, somebody else has to step up. So I
Yeah.
see it only being like a one holding midfielder type of system.
You see
And
one
then- yeah.
or two? Okay.
I think one.
Yeah, and no Musa
Yeah.
either.
Moose is a guy I backed for a long time, but he hasn't been at the level that we saw when he first got into the national team. And so there's no Musa there. There's no Tanner Tessman, you talked about the 4 people in the midfield. Like, you know, that's a big kind of gap where you go like, well, why? Like, maybe, and again, I don't know enough about his injury to know, like, does it linger in? We know Lamine Yamal's going to miss a bit. And a lot of players are like, kind of like falling into the World Cup with dealing with a lot of things. And so that may be something to do with it. But when you think about just depth, like, you couldn't go with 9 defenders and another midfielder.
Yeah.
I don't know. You never know what's going on behind the closed doors of the way in which coaches are weighting players, especially the fringe and bubble players, because you just have no idea what's in their mind. Because realistically, you play maybe 19 guys, and then the rest are just probably there, right? You have a young goalkeeper, never been called up. You have these types of opportunities, but generally, like, I would like to think that most squads aren't going that deep into their roster where, you know, so maybe again it's could be injuries and whatever that's helping to manage some of these issues, but I do think that certainly if you don't want to be in the national team or aren't showing up or aren't playing to that level, it's going to hurt you. I think about them in the same sense of like the snub for Phil Foden and Cole Palmer, in that, like, for England, where you go, man, like, whatever their form is, they still put up solid numbers. Maybe it's not like the England form, but you go, one of these guys off the bench is incredible, right? And you might not use them, but you might use them. And I think about Diego Luna in that kind of context of, like, throw him out there and let him just go straight street style playing and try to kind of create an opportunity. So even though he's coming back from injury, he's healthy and fit now. He's a big part of the national team. That's another one for me that's pretty disappointing.
Well, yeah, the whole discussion is the whole Gio Reyna thing over Luna, and it's like, I mean, I get it.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's a favorite answer, but, like, you know, late in the game, we need something, are we throwing in Luna or are we throwing in Reyna? I think Reyna.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I think, what the big
Yeah.
argument is
Yeah.
like, Reyna on his day is one of the best
On his day,
players
yeah.
in our pool. He just
If we
hasn't
get his
had
day.
Yeah, we just haven't had him at the club form to really trust and believe that, and he's sort of been what I think is kind of surplus to requirement over the last call it year. And so the hard part is, like, an up and coming player versus somebody established. But, like, we've seen so many snubs in the past of, like, somebody gets brought in last minute because of a form thing. I mean, there was 3-4 guys in my cycle that got brought in for the World Cup that weren't really regularly in the national team. So Edson Buttle, he was a striker scoring a lot of goals. Hercules Gomez wasn't spending much time in the national team. He was top scorer in Liga MX. And so you have these things where it's like timing, and then you also have these players that are maybe fall outside of the traditional kind of like, you need to be playing at your club and all those things. Like, a coach is going to have to pick and choose a few of those. So I mean, I don't disagree. If you can get the best out of Gio, there's going to be few players better than him.
Yeah. I think we're going to find out the actual final roster June 1st. So, like, from now to them, you truly never know what can happen.
Yeah, well, because there's games coming up.
For sure.
Who knows what's going to happen.
For sure.
I do want to ask you, since I have you here.
I'd be wrapped in a bubble, by the way.
Yeah, make sure you make it. Since you have that experience, like, what is that like? Like, what is it like to I don't want, what is it like to not make the team?
My
Hey, what was it?
gosh.
Hey, what's that like, living every day as you, to not make the World Cup squad?
But, like, you know, like, in a respectful way, like, what is that?
Oh, no, I mean, honestly.
I thought you were going to say what it's like to, like represent your country. No, what it's like to not make it.
No, well, like, I have so many questions for this guy,
For
like, in that
sure,
sense.
of
But I guess
course.
since we're on the topic.
No, that I think is the thing is, like, when you start your career, your whole career is like, I just want to play professionally, right? And when you get it, you go like,
Oh, yeah.
nah, forget that. Like, I need to go. I need to go. Now I need 100 games. Yeah, and you never really stop. And so, and I was talking to a couple of the guys that are in the squad for this World Cup about this, of like, but what happens when you make the squad, right? I posted something yesterday about Confederations Cup when Clint Dempsey scores the second goal against Spain, and I said, like, one of my favorite games ever. I didn't play.
Yeah.
I was warming up behind the goal, and I ran over to, like, celebrate with them when we broke the signage and stuff. But, like, I didn't play in that game.
Yeah.
Does it count as, like, a memory for me? Absolutely. And so I say that in the sense that, like, there's never just this, like, point where you're like, if I just made it to the World Cup squad, I'd be happy. Because then you'd be like, well, I played in the World Cup, but I didn't play any games, like that kind of sucks, And then I think about, like, Christian Roldan didn't play in the last World Cup, right?
Yeah.
World Cup veteran, but hasn't played. And so I think there's always this when you're in that mindset, there's always another step ahead that you're chasing after. That I don't think you ever get like the peace of mind to be like, if I just get this one more thing, I'll be happy. You know,
Yeah, because
that's
you
kinda
always want something more in a way.
That's
like,
what what drives you as a player. And so you kind of have to learn to deal with kind of the blessings that you've had as a player and the heights that you've reached. But there's always, you know, okay, you go to World Cup, well, Champions League. Well, did you win Champions League? Did you, you know, like there's this never-ending cycle in your head that I think is hard. And so I've learned to make peace with this, like these moments in time, because I don't think it defines, you know, longer periods. I was, you know, most capped in 2008 and played a lot in 2009. 2010 was a timing thing and I didn't make it. And so, yeah, I don't sleep ever. So
thanks for bringing it up, Adi.
All right, well, you had a great career, Heath.
I mean this in a nice way, but what's it like to suck?
Well, at least you made it, man. I'm over here. I didn't really even play in college, so you know
okay. It's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to talk about the Strikers right after this.
I had some wild predictions last time, but we need the Heath Pearce expertise. Heath, what does the U.S. need to make a deep run?
Well, there's a couple things that have to happen for them to go on a deep run. One, I'm a bit worried about the back line. Who's going to play? You play with a back three or a back four? What type of wing back system? Fullbacks? There's a lot of defenders that are going to be part of this, but I'm not certain who that group is, so I'm a bit worried there. I think the number 9, we've got a lot of goal scorers, but who's going to be the one that steps up and rises to the occasion, right? It's difficult to navigate group stages, so being able to do that, I think, is going to be really important. And then who's in goal? We've got a lot of experience from one of our goalkeepers, but we're also lacking a bit. So who do you go with? Inexperienced? Do you go with new experience? I don't know. That's the thing that's got my mind spinning all the time.
I'm not used to this non-optimistic Heath. I think you need one of these, man. You're not you when you're hungry.
You know what? You're right, Adi. We're on home soil. The U.S. has got plenty of number 9s. We got quality strikers. We got a great coach. We got a great vibe, great atmosphere. Those are the boys. Everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
I'm ready for this.
Now, that's the Heath I was looking for.
All right, guys, we're going to talk about the Strikers now. The Strikers, who got called up for the World Cup, it is full of Balogun, which he's in great shape, great form at Monaco, in my opinion. Ricardo Pepi, redemption story. He did not get the called up from 2022. And Haji Wright, the only attacker on paper with World Cup experience for this summer. Now, Heath, you mentioned Ricardo Pepi. He was kind of the redemption story. He was
the big snub in 22. He was in good form. He deserved to be there. Didn't make it. But, you know, has now been at PSV Eindhoven, scoring goals regularly, top scorer on the team. You know, year over year, has had to kind of work his way in because they've had some big strikers playing at times ahead of him, but well deserved. And I like these guys that, you know, he was really young 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And now he's more experienced. He's a better striker. He's more clinical, and a different profile than some of the other guys that we have in terms of Florian Balogun and obviously with Adjiman out injured in this one. You kind of really don't have anybody beyond Haji Wright as the last option.
Yeah. Any surprises? Or what do you say?
Because Pepe got left out on the last one, is that going to make him do really well this time?
I hope
You know,
so.
with that chip on his shoulder
Yeah, I hope so.
after that season?
And you know what? Also, what I just thought too. Now it's like, imagine if he did get called up during the last World Cup, the past World Cup. If things didn't go right for him or whatever it is,
Ooh, yeah.
maybe he wouldn't get the call up for this World Cup now. Which, how special is this one? I mean, every single World Cup is special, but how special
nothing
is
like the
this
USA.
one? You know, like USA, baby. Do you know, like how amazing is that?
Yeah.
I'm so happy for him, and I
I'm
love
happy.
stories like that.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for stories like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
listen, we're going to talk about more of the biggest snubs. We're going to talk about other rosters that have been released, and we're talking to Weston McKennie later on the show.
Ooh.
All right, guys, 3 massive nations for the World Cup have released their rosters. We're going to talk a little bit about them. Okay, we've got Brazil, we got Spain, we've got France. We're going to discuss, you know, a few of those players and you know, kind of, you know, what we think about some of that stuff. So, a few that stand out for me, obviously in Brazil, are Neymar.
Who?
That's a big one. Neymar.
Huh?
Neymar. You know Neymar?
I've heard
He
him.
plays sparingly, but the
Yeah.
whole country loves him, and therefore, like, he gets like the fast pass to the World Cup.
Wait, the
squad.
whole country? No, do not generalize that.
Okay.
No, we
Not
are.
the whole country.
Thank you.
However, him going means somebody who's
For
more
sure.
deserving doesn't get to go. And I think this brings a level of excitement to a large population of Brazilian people to have Neymar in the roster.
Yeah,
Is that fair?
I agree 100%. And I also think that if Carlo Ancelotti didn't call Neymar up, I don't think he'll be allowed back in Brazil, like to that level. If you, the videos that you guys
just told me
saw,
not everyone, and now you know
well,
you can't.
but not
enter the
everyone,
country,
because
you know? Yeah.
not everyone,
Well,
you know, not everyone.
You're a
But
Are you
you're a
in
merit-based,
that? Are you in that
manager.
mix of not everyone?
I
Duda.
I could talk about forever about this because here's the thing. My opinion about Neymar, right? Do I want him to be on the roster and play the World Cup for us? Yes. Am I annoyed by him and about the way that he is on social media? 100%. So yes, I'm glad that he's going to get to go. But do I agree with Heath that there is a more deserving player like that had an amazing season at Chelsea that didn't get called up because of Neymar? Yes, for sure. Am I happy Neymar's going? Yes. Am I annoyed about him on social media and the way that he truly, all the things? I can go on and on, but like, for example, do you want to know? So like he cheated on his wife and then he posted on social media for the whole world to know. Like, dude, be smarter. So because of the things he do off the field, I get annoyed with him on the field.
Okay.
It's the same thing to me in a way. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, a few more
more,
notable
sorry.
names. Rafinha, Vinny Jr.
Sorry,
Obviously,
sorry.
it's okay. we
I'm telling you, I can talk about this forever.
We took a left turn, and now we're back. But some big names, obviously, as defenders, Gabriel, which we love. Come on,
Love him.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
And a really solid squad. Do you think with this roster they would be considered a favorite?
I think that the roster, no. The answer is no. I think that the roster from remember 2006 when we had the roster and we were the favorites and we didn't do well. But so I see this roster here having the same kind of power that we had in 2002-ish.
Whoa.
In a way, without the big names.
How'd you guys do in that World Cup, huh?
Damn, that's true.
Not a favorite.
How do you
but
not-
That's true.
winners?
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Underdogs,
that's a
but they're
great-
gonna win.
But the
No,
attack.
that's a great question. That's a great question. That's a great question. Because it's one thing like having all the names on paper, like 2006, and not performing well. But then this one, I actually don't know what to expect from Brazil in a way.
That's
I don't know.
Exciting.
The attack
know.
is, I think, pretty dang good. The attack, midfield, little questionable.
Yeah.
Little
Casemiro.
questionable. I mean, he did pretty good with Man U, but I don't know. I feel like the depth there. They have really great center backs with Gabriel and Marquinhos.
Thiago Silva didn't get the call up.
Yeah.
Another big name that, definitely, like, I guess, unless he's like Neuer's
How
going
old
to
is
play.
he?
He's 40. He's like 40.
I don't know, like 15.
Snub.
No.
That's actually
It's
my
your
pick.
stuff. Yeah. So yeah, we had Thiago Silva not getting the call up for
Okay.
Brazil. Not surprised
No.
in a way.
No.
That was Brazil. Let's talk about Spain. España, which they are the 2010 World Cup champions, but friendly reminder, they did not make it out of the group stage in 2004 and also eliminated in the round of 16 in both the 2016 and the 2018 World Cup.
And they
Spain
lost
roster,
in the semifinal of the Confederations Cup,
yeah.
2009.
But in
And you know
2000
what? You know what? I saw the backboards of all the subs just breaking the boards, running on the
The
floor.
whole
That was
thing.
me.
It was crazy.
That was me at front row seats. Best seats in the house.
Yeah, that's so sick.
Bring that back. I want that clip. But friendly, obviously, reminder, they won the Euros in 2024. For the Spain, Lamine Yamal, I guess that is the name for Spain in a way. Obviously, he's been injured. We talked about early on the show, but he's Lamine Yamal. They're gonna. I think they would take him even if he could only play, like after the group stage in a way.
Oh yeah, even if he just has a slight chance of playing.
Slight chance, for sure.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I
there's-
don't know how much he's going to play, though.
He's
They're
what,
saying
the
like
first
what,
two
one
games
game,
he's out.
2 games. Yeah,
Yeah.
but then if they've won those, then they say, do we rush him back?
Ooh, I think if they win those two, but he's ready, but they got to get him to start
More than
getting ready.
By the way, more than anything, no Real Madrid players
Yeah.
on the roster.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
the
Wow.
biggest snub of all. Because you
Yeah.
could have easily just sprinkled in Carvajal.
Right.
Who doesn't make the
Just to do
squad,
it, yeah.
Right.
just for his 11th
Yeah.
official competition
That
too.
is
but-
insane
Yeah.
if you think about that. If you
Really
start,
is.
It's wild.
It's a really wild thought. I wonder if for like Real Madrid fans that are Spanish, like what that's like to, cheer on a lot of Barcelona players.
Has that happened before?
No, this is the first time there's no Real
First
Madrid
time.
players.
No. That's crazy. I mean, I mean, the club's obviously in chaos, but to not have one is like, when Barcelona and Real Madrid pride themselves on being like the global giants and the best,
Yeah.
footballing institutions.
Wild.
Not good. And there's a number of Barcelona guys,
This team is really good. We're gonna get into the France roster right after this.
During the last episode, we talked about the best ways to watch a match, but now let's talk about the best match day fits and how you were showing up.
Speaking of what to wear, if you join Milo's Rewards for free, you can get access to special jersey swap events along with other exclusives and benefits. Now is the time to get in because as we know, members get more with Lowe's. Head to lowes.com/moremessy.
All right, Heath, I need to know, what do you have in that closet to make sure that you're repping?
I got a lot, to be honest. I've got ones that I swapped with players. I've got others that I've collected over the years, but I love anything vintage. So it could be any of the historic, whether that's Germany, whether that's England, Argentina, any of the historic ones. That's for sure a no-brainer for me that you have to be wearing.
Do you have a favorite one that you have in your closet that you obviously have collected throughout the years?
From a collection standpoint, for sure. So I had a chance to play against England, change shirts with another defender in my position. So that's one, and it's got the embroidery on it. Played at Wembley, those kinds of things. So that's iconic for me. Also changed shirts with Brazil.
With
that was
who?
a big one. I can't say, but I did change shirts twice with Brazil. So those are the two that I feel most important about. But there's also Spain and Italy and
Amazing.
Argentina and a few of those things. But those I wouldn't necessarily wear out of the house, but I would wear them in the house for the right occasion.
And for the podcast, of course.
Yeah.
I agree, Heath. There's nothing like a vintage classic soccer jersey, in my opinion. And some jersey we don't even have to name the names. We have the classic Brazilian number 9 jersey that already who it is, or the classic Argentina jersey number 10, which, come on, it is amazing. But just in case, if you end up in Mexico during this tournament, do you got any Mexican jerseys in there?
I actually don't. That was the one, you play friendlies, you play official competitions, and there's like mutual respect. But in the couple Mexico matches that I played in, there was not a lot of chit-chatting and hanging out. Let's swap jerseys. A lot of times in the tunnel, you kind of arrange with somebody and go, hey, you want to change shirts after the game, and then you hope that they remember. But with Mexico, it was such a heated rivalry that I actually do not have a Mexico
No
shirt.
jerseys were swapped during that game.
No, but I will say that if I lose a bet at some point,
Right.
I would throw on a Mexico shirt.
All right.
They got a
Sounds
sick
good.
jersey.
Sounds good. Well, I guess we can agree that it all depends on your personal style. But at the end of the day, it's all about how you are representing your team.
Let's move on to France, Les Bleus. I mean, kind of surprising, but Mbappe made the team.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm a little.
All you need to know about France, Olise, Mbappe, Dembele, somebody stop those three and you got yourself a chance. But otherwise, they are going to be
Yeah.
flying.
Yeah.
through.
I got-
They're like 7 starting 11s deep in France.
So crazy.
Yeah,
So
I
scary.
got a chance of watching their friendly game against Colombia a few months ago in the US. And it is something else. Like you think
Rapid
you have
pace.
seen, it's like how good they are,
Yeah.
what they can do with the ball.
Yeah.
And then after that, I went and saw Brazil against Croatia, and I'm like, Brazil is, my God. Like if you want to win the World Cup, if you want to win against France, you have to be so much better
Yeah.
than that. It is insane how good France is.
Yeah. And they're
Insane.
always, I mean, they're like, obviously Brazil has the most championships, but like championships, that's such a weird, must the most World Cups.
Yeah.
But like France is so consistently like at that high level that it's like, what are they putting in those croissants?
Well, it's not like 1 or 2 players generationally, It's like there's always big
It's ridiculous.
players. that
Yeah.
are
One
in
after the
national
other.
team.
Ridiculous.
It's not like you see some of these countries where they go through like a lull, it's a rebuild.
Yeah,
they wanna
there's
build the
just
next
always,
generation.
like,
There's just always
Every
always there.
generation is
Yeah.
golden.
Yeah,
Yeah. Ryan Cherky in there. Excited to see him in a World Cup.
baller.
Insane squad.
That's
Yeah.
all you need to know for
Yeah,
France. Insane squad.
Like, I mean, it's just You know, and like what? So they obviously they won the World Cup 2018, went to the final in 2022.
Mhm.
Are they going to go to a third final in a row?
I think that's the pressure, right? Is it's you can't help when you've done something successfully repetitively to believe that you're just going to get there. Your mind naturally has, like, when you score multiple goals in a game, right? Your mind naturally goes out of this fight or flight mode to go like, okay, breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that's a vulnerability of just being a favorite, having been there 2 in a row, like to do it a third. Like we've seen that with like France over the years, where eventually there's a disastrous World Cup for them.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. That wasn't a bad one.
Well, listen, we're going to keep this thing moving. All right. So we are going to be talking about more rosters. So there's more that have come out, other big national teams. We're going to talk about some of the snubs. And don't forget, we've got Weston McKennie coming right up. All right, guys. So next we're talking England and Portugal rosters, right? We can talk about a little bit of the snubs, but these teams are both stacked. So let's start with England. Okay. I think England had a few omissions, which we can chat on, but generally speaking, you know, England have been, like you mentioned, with some of these other big national teams, they've been knocking on the door for a bit now, and this could be the final run for them. Obviously, Harry Kane makes the roster. Ivan Toney, nobody saw that one coming, which means a couple others didn't do it. Marcus Rashford, another one. Jude Bellingham, Mark Gay, Reece James. You got a lot of Nico O'Reilly. You have a lot of good players in this squad, but this could be, again, even though they've got some young in there, it feels like it could be like the end of an era with the Harry Kane. Even though he can't stop scoring, but it just feels like they've had all of this pressure for so long and can't quite win that final.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I also think, I mean, would this be probably Harry Kane's last World Cup?
When he scored 60 goals, but like to do that
You
for
just
4
never-
more years,
I
I
know.
think that would be a long.
Off the bat.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
No, but there's some very, like
Whatever
you
you want.
mentioned, some very interesting names in there for England. One that I was doing, that I found when I was doing my research, even the fans from Newcastle, they were surprised that Dan Burn was there in a way. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think about England?
Well,
coming
I will
up?
say this. I think I'm maybe most curious about how they're going to do because of the certain names that didn't make it
Mm-hmm.
and the the approach of Thomas Tuchel, and just like people are like, oh, because he's very much talking about just creating the best team, and he obviously didn't take necessarily the biggest names, and
Right.
so I'm very curious to see how it pans out. England is like one of the most, like, it's so hard to satisfy that country, and there's so much pressure, and
They don't give up a lot of goals. They've
No,
got
I
an
think
incredible attack.
they-
They've got kind of everything that you need, but like it is going to come down to their ability to play.
just
as a
because
team.
they've always had huge names. They've always had, like, you're just so confused on why England hasn't won more. But
Yeah.
then maybe it's because of that. So maybe he's coming in and he's making it more team-like. And so I'm super, super curious about like how they're gonna pan out.
Yeah, and Thomas, like you said, the head coach for England here, German. He's German, obviously. He, during his press conference, he was focused so much on making sure that people knew, like, I want the best team, not the biggest names, but I want the best teams that can provide a good chemistry on the pitch in the locker room.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, my mind already went. So like,
Yeah, but
does
when
that
you get
mean
to the
like
60th minute and
I
nobody's
know.
doing anything, then what does everybody start complaining about? We don't care
Exactly.
about the team.
Where's Cole Pavão?
Yeah, where are the good
Exactly.
players? Yeah.
exactly 100%?
Or is he secretly on the German side and he's messing up the whole?
Could be.
Okay, we're gonna move on to Portugal. Look, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I'm a huge fan. I have a lot of hope for Portugal, honestly,
Tell
because of the
me.
midfield. I would love to see at some point Spain and Portugal play against each other and that midfield go against each other. I mean, Bruno Fernandes, Vitinha, Bernardo Silva, Joao Neves, like the talent in the midfield.
Vitinha is so good.
Yeah, like I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. We
Is
should have
that-
him on the show.
Is that, do you think that Portugal, I don't know, we had talks over here saying that Portugal might not do well during the World Cup. What do you think? Your expectations.
I think they're gonna do. I think they'll surprise. I think people have like they're like looking at the roster and like, okay, obviously they have good names.
Yeah.
But I think they'll do better than people.
But they
think.
have like tired names, I think, is what people think, right? It's just like
They
in terms
think-
of age, how long these been. I think the hardest part is that some of these guys have been around since they were like 17, and we're still seeing them in another World Cup that you just naturally assume that
Right.
like they can't have much left, can they?
I don't know, man. But also like the defense, Nuno Mendes, Ruben Diaz, like I feel like they're gonna do well. And I just honestly, my selfish hopes is that I just want Spain-Portugal game and I just want to see those midfields go
To
against
go,
each other.
yeah. And obviously Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh yeah, that guy.
He made it. Come on. Yeah, he made
Last
it. He's
dance.
on it.
Is
I don't
is he
know.
gonna-
You don't get to
wait,
say
wait.
last dance. You don't get to
Actually,
say last dance.
if Portugal pulls this off, right? Let's just say
What does pull this off mean?
Win
Make
the
it-
World Cup.
Win the World Cup.
when-
Okay.
and
Keep
Ronaldo's
going.
up with that trophy. It's gonna just bring back those like obviously the debate has not died out, but once Messi won it, it was a whole another level. But seeing Ronaldo win it now, it's just like
41-year-old Ronaldo. I just can't imagine him like he's not like if you're watching some of his highlights, like he's become much more efficient over the last decade. But in the last 12 to 18 months, he's become very, very efficient in his movement in and around the box. What he chases, what he won't. He's more of like either you lay him up for a dunk or like play to his feet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's gonna be that guy off the bench that can provide some spark for them.
You think he's not starting?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. I just feel like in a
That's
modern
an
game, like he's got to be able to cover more ground. And I think he's morale. I think he's obviously the legend that he is. I think he's good for the team. But starting, I don't know.
Okay. I think he is.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, because I think that weights like the weight of what he is for
Is Neymar
Portugal.
starting?
No,
Why not?
I don't think he's starting. I think that what?
It's just funny.
No, I don't think he's starting. I think that first of all, as a reminder, he never got called up with Carlo Ancelotti.
No.
So he was not part of the whole team that truly got where Brazil is now under Carlo Ancelotti, right? So I don't think he's starting. I think Carlo was very honest and open with him. It's like, sure, like I want you to be part of our squad because of what you are, what you can bring off the bench, the name that you are, what you represent to Brazil, which he represents a lot. But I think I don't think he's starting. I think it was part of the conversation that he won't start. All right, we have our biggest snubs coming up, but next is our chat with Weston McKennie.
It feels like we are collecting the entire U.S. men's national team midfield like infinity stones. Welcome to the show, Weston McKennie. How you doing, man?
Good. Just relaxing on a day off here in Italy.
Okay. Should we consider you a midfielder, or are we a false nine these days? We a winger? We a striker? How are we referring to ourselves these days?
Hey, whatever you guys need to complete the infinity stones.
Okay. What do you prefer at the moment?
I prefer like an 8, box to box.
Box
Let
to box.
me just release my energy.
You can do it all, Weston. Well, thank you again for joining us. We're going to get to the fun stuff later on as well, the quick hitters. But we got to talk about the show, the brand new show that you have coming out on Tubi called Destination World Cup. Congrats on the show. How was it for you to have a whole crew literally like following you around? And what is something that you think that the fans are going to see on that show that we don't know about you?
Oh, thank you, first of all. And no, I mean it was pretty cool. I think it's well known that I'm not camera shy at all. And so I think I probably even had more fun with it than not. But I think, just see another side of me in a sense of, me with my family and my relationship with my family and my siblings and my nephews and nieces and whatnot. And also just realizing that I'm human like everyone else. I think, I go through struggles just like everyone and I go through ups and downs. And I think it's just seeing the raw footage and the real moments of my career and my life.
I just wanted to know, how long did it take when you've got cameras following around before you start doing like office style, like little glances to the camera, like little moments where you start addressing the camera?
Straight off the bat, honestly. Straight off the bat. It's funny you reference The Office because that's like my nighttime show. I love The Office. Little Jim glances to the camera like, So yeah, no, I straight away, like I said, I'm not camera shy.
You've already experienced one World Cup. How much does that change your mentality for this one? Obviously, much bigger leader now, much larger role. Higher expectations. I think, being that it's hosted in North America. What's it like for you?
Having experienced one already, I think it kind of gives you an idea of the what it is. I think I'll ultimately, as an athlete and as a soccer player, the World Cup's huge. It's the biggest event, in the sport. But I think whenever you play in one and you realize firsthand, what it means, I think it's another feeling. And then also, the advantages that it gives you if you play in a second one as well, it's, you take it game by game and you string it together enough good performances and wins together. It's literally anyone's tournament.
I'm so jealous that you get to play one. Okay. So like the group seems like genuinely really close, like off the field. How much does that actually matter once the tournament starts?
I think it matters a lot. I think, the closer you are with people and the team, I think the more real you can be with them. I think, we always tried to keep a close knit group, and it goes a long way, because if I don't know the story of the person next to me and the struggles and the ups and downs and their family and whatnot, then it it's almost like, okay, I'm fighting for him and sacrificing for him because he's my teammate, but not because of the other things. But if I know his story and I know where he comes from and I know his background and I know his family and what he's doing it for, it just adds to your fuel itself. And so I think, whenever you have that connection, and know what people like and know what people don't like and how they play, and you can think kind of like them, I think it ultimately adds an edge for your group.
Yeah, and also getting close, obviously, to the guys off the field makes you know them personally, right? Like as humans, not just obviously as players. Weston, who do you think that has changed the most, evolved the most since the last World Cup cycle?
Who would I say? Because I mean, I feel like we're all pretty. I've known all these guys for so long, even before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but somebody
Before
had to
this.
get boring. Somebody had to grow up. Somebody had to be like, "No, I'm good." Like,
Well,
I'm
I
just
mean,
gonna chill.
there's a lot of guys on the team that I've gotten married or had kids, and since the last World Cup, so I guess that would probably be the only thing I can really say. I wouldn't say anyone is more outgoing or less outgoing or boring and whatnot. I mean, only Tim Ream's getting older. I guess that's it. I don't know.
He's been getting older, though. He's been getting older.
Hey, but he's still there. He's like the papa of the group.
So the bedtime has changed. I see that for a lot of them. Yeah.
Weston, last World Cup, you dyed your hair. You had a specific hairstyle. I'm wondering, are you doing something for this World Cup? Are you already planning on that?
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna do something. I still haven't figured it out yet what I want to do. Because the last World Cup I dyed it, and then whenever I came back and it was still dyed, people were like, "Oh, you're supporting France." I'm like, "No."
Oh,
No.
no.
So I got to create something a little bit more unique to USA and whatnot. But there'll definitely be something.
I've got a suggestion for you so that doesn't happen. Here's what you do. Everything's bald, just right on the top though, right here. Shave in the American flag, red, white, and blue. No one will they won't think that's France. So
Hey, if I'm going bald, I'll leave it to old age. I won't shave it myself.
well, speaking of, haircuts, let's get into some fun stuff, some quick hitters. Who on the team has the worst haircut right now?
Oh, I would probably say Joe Scally. Joe Scally always comes out with some weird haircuts, to be fair, ones that don't fit him, in my opinion. But yeah.
You guys let it slide, or does he get a lot of slack for that in the group chat?
Oh, no, we'll definitely let him know, for sure.
Okay. Who's the biggest trash talker besides yourself? Because I know I've never met anybody who hasn't put you in that top category. But if there's somebody that's like on par with you, who would it be?
Probably say Tyler Adams or Chris Richards.
What about the one teammate that you never trust to book your vacation?
One teammate I never trust to book my vacation. Oh, that's a good one, actually. I would probably say Gio Reyna.
Hmm.
I'd probably say Gio Reyna because I think we like different things. So
We mentioned we had Tyler on, and he said that he wouldn't trust you planning a night out. Is that?
wouldn't trust me planning a night out. Well, because
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He said he would. He said he would trust. You're the most trusted person planning a night out. Is this true?
Yeah, of course. I'm the one that normally strings the guys together to have a night out or just even a team night for sure.
That's why you got those Brazilians in the house with you right now, because they they're up for it.
Yeah, always.
We know a few things about throwing a good party. I'll tell you that now.
Brazilians aren't scared to have a good time.
Yes. Now, Weston, be honest. Who on the team is the easiest one to mess with?
Easiest one to mess with, I would probably say, probably Christian. Probably Christian.
Why the fun?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's
I would say Christian.
That's I was thinking about this recently too. When I was in the national team, Clint Dempsey was the one guy I didn't want to tackle because I knew it would come back to me later on with an elbow to the face or something like that. For you, who's the player you'd least want to tackle in training, knowing that someone's keeping receipts?
Oh, someone that keeps receipts. I'd go with my answers that I said before. I know Tyler's like me. He'll keep receipts, and also Chris Richards will keep receipts for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll crack some people.
Just to shift things a little bit more to on the legacy side of things, if this World Cup becomes more of a defining moment for American soccer, what do you think people will remember most about this team? Obviously, there's a lot of content, a lot of things coming out about individuals, about the collective. What do you think people will remember most about this group coming together?
Well, I hope, we kind of, because I feel like, we do get put into individual groups and individual categories and whatnot. But I think we have the talent and we have the players. But I think one thing that I do hope that we can also string together is just the basic American mentality. I think fighting until the end and not stopping till the whistle blows. I think that's something that America is known for over all the years and all the past generations. And I think if we can put that mentality mixed together with our talent and our group of guys, I think that's something that will make Americans proud.
Really excited for you guys, and that's all the time we have today. So I just wanted to thank you so much for coming on the show, and it was a blast.
Of course, no worries. It was fun to be here.
All right, guys, it is time for biggest roster snubs. Everybody had homework. You had to pick the biggest roster snub, right? And nobody knows who picked what until you lift out your cardboard cutout or whatever the cutout is, and you've got to sell the case of this snub of why this person should be included or should have been included in their World Cup roster.
Did you make a cardboard of yourself, Adi?
Yeah.
Just don't even hold it up.
All right, go on.
Make
You
a case
kick
for
us
yourself.
off.
This is the first time I've ever actually completed my homework.
Okay.
Oi!
Oh.
And just
And
Scouser. What the actual hell?
okay.
I'm a Real Madrid player. Maybe I didn't have the best season, but I'm still a Real Madrid player.
Mhm.
The balls that I could hit off my right foot, unlike anything else in this world. Thomas Tuchel. What the hell?
Just because a Real Madrid player doesn't mean
Yeah, Real Madrid
Yeah.
players don't get to go to World
they
Cup.
don't.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
that's not how it works.
Yes, yes, it quite does work like that. Do you see the guys that are in front of me?
Yeah, Dan Byrne.
Yeah, who the hell is Dan
35
Byrne?
35 years old, you know,
Yeah.
6'6",
Are you
5 caps for the national
are
team.
you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? After everything I've been through and put,
Poor guy.
I mean,
Who are you? Question.
oh, I'm Trent Alexander.
Okay, just so people know. So,
Yes.
yeah.
If you didn't know, you should
Yeah.
just leave. No.
Yeah.
um
And they don't agree with the snub if they don't know who it is.
Exactly. If you don't,
Yeah.
yeah, perfect.
Duda, your turn.
Excuse me.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
Do you know who it is?
Is it me?
No. 3, 2, 1.
Mm,
Wow.
mhm.
Harry Maguire.
Yes.
So you're telling me same thing? You're taking Dan Byrne from Newcastle, with even the fans are surprised to make it the England national team for the World Cup, but you're not taking me? I even tweeted, I am shocked that I didn't make it the roster.
Yeah.
Because that's where I'm going to tell how I'm feeling to the world. I'm going to go and tweet and say it. But it's actually insane that I was left off this roster. I'm Harry Maguire. Are you kidding me? I feel like feels so weird doing this. I feel like everyone truly thought that he was going to get the called up, but you know,
Yeah, I was almost gonna go with him.
Harry Maguire
that was
for this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big one.
Thomas Tuchel doing all of the crazy call ups.
So you think he should have been in over Dan Byrne?
Ah.
It's oh, man,
Yeah.
interesting leave out.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I wonder, and I was even listening to a podcast with Walker, and he was asked about how he is like behind the scenes as a team. Obviously, we hope they're all honest, right? But he said that he was like a great teammate,
So
good
honest.
chemistry. I know, you just never
In
know.
bed by 8 o'clock.
No, Walker. But
Makes the best shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
that's truly that's needed. Harry Maguire, I was surprised to not see him on the call up for England. And I feel a lot of people were as well.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a solid argument.
Who you got?
All right.
Yes.
João Pedro. Vou ficar em casa para todo o Mundial.
Let's put the subtitles.
O técnico estava falando demais.
Well said.
Eu fiz 20 goles. 9 assists. I don't know how to say that.
Assistos.
How do you say it?
9 assistências.
9 assistências. Então, 29 contributions. Contribuição. Então, eu vou ficar em casa. Pero bom, depois da Copa, eu vou para Barcelona. And I'm going to score 50 goals there. So, you know, you leave me at home, I score 20 goals, 9 assists. Chelsea, yeah, we don't have the best season, but I'm a top striker, and I'll be in Barcelona by the end of summer. So,
Wow, he's
you know.
Wait 1 second to
He's
that
so- he-
Portuguese. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
bilingual.
Hey,
I'm really impressed. I
Here
didn't
was your
understand
business.
Funny thing
anything,
is they could have printed anything because I didn't actually look at the photo, and it could have just been,
Anything.
Ronald
but
McDonald.
that could have
you
been
know?
a good prank.
Like I didn't even. It could have been
would've
anyone.
been
I'm
good.
glad that there was some trust on this
That's
because
true.
I forgot to look at it first before going
just-
off on my
you just
tangent.
gave the producers an idea.
An idea.
for next
Yeah.
time.
wait, but great pick as well. Like,
Yeah, I mean that's a big one. I mean I get Neymar, no Richarlison, he's out as well. I just think that's he's an absolute baller, and
Yeah.
that's a proper snub.
yeah, I agree. And it's the same thing of like who it's playing now. Who is better now, right?
Yeah.
Neymar or João Pedro?
Yeah.
João Pedro.
All right, guys, that's been biggest snubs.
What the hell, Thomas
You
Tuchel?
know, everybody
What the
has their own reason to be upset, but it is now time for stoppage time.
All right, my people, now is the time where we get 45 seconds to rant about anything we want about the World Cup. I'm going to kick us off. I'm looking at you at home. This is my hot take. Anyone keeping track of time? No. All right, time on the
One,
clock. We don't need time on the
2.
clock. Thank you so much. Here's the thing. If you own a World Cup stadium, I'm looking at you. If you want to be cool, sexy, and fun, be like Arthur Blank, who owns Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and do not raise the prices for beer, hot dogs, pretzels at your stadium. Look at what this man said. Arthur, thank you so much. He said that we want the fans to experience the Southern hospitality that Atlanta has to offer while still being affordable. And because of that, hot dogs are $2, waffle fries are $3, pizza slices are $3. Are you kidding me? If you want to be cool, sexy, and fun, and honest, do this at the World Cup. 35 seconds. I just want $3 hot dogs and fries. And how cool is that? And he knows his people. He wants the people to go to his stadium and keep coming back. Thank you.
Wow. Are you listening up? All right. It's my turn. Me and Trent have something to say. The Trionda ball sucks. Hate the design. I'm saying it's the worst World Cup ball we've had. 2014 is right under there, but I don't like it. I think that, okay, I will say that I think in the final though, when they make it like all gold, it'll be cool, but I hate it. And it looks like a child's toy. And I just can't believe the World Cup in the States, my home country. I hate the ball. So I'm at 35 seconds. I hate the ball.
I hate the ball. I hate the ball. I hate the ball.
Listen up. This is my hot take. Adi, you're witnessing this because, you just had a chance to listen to Weston McKennie. And apparently in the run of show, I may have jumped over a question or a comment that was directed for Adi, and I took it.
He stole
and I was quickly reminded that wasn't mine. I stole it. And it upset him. It upset me.
I cried.
And now my integrity's been questioned. So here's the thing. You at home, in the comments, throw in there a punishment you think that I should do. We'll take the best of those. We'll put them in a jar and we'll take them out. They have to be realistic, though. It can be a butts up. It can be, make me wear a Mexico jersey, whatever that is. We'll put them into a jar. You come up with the idea. It's just nothing too crazy. And then we'll pull one out and I'll do it. Okay. And then we're done.
Yes.
Does he
I want to see that.
Want to wear a Mexico jersey?
I want an excuse to get a Mexico jersey. I can't. You can only do it if it's a punishment, and then I've got a Mexico jersey.
Yeah, and I was, like I said, I was super upset that he took my line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I haven't stopped
And
thinking about it.
Clearly it was color coded, and I just blew right through it. And
Maybe you're colorblind, who knows?
Yeah,
and by the
exactly.
way, keep them coming, the suggestions. And just so you know, the ocean is right there. Venice Beach is right there. So if you want Heath to go to Muscle Beach,
Oh my God.
put it in there.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, I'll go out. Let's go. No problem. I got a Hulk Hogan Speedo.
Yes.
All right, supporters
Guys,
section
supporter
family.
section
Oh man,
family.
he's stealing my lines.
So good to have you guys. Really happy that you're on the that you came and watched the show, guys. I love working with you and being on the show.
You as well, Adi.
And payback is a B.
That's
Thanks
great.
for being here.
Bye.